Let's go. Let's go. Hello, AJ. Welcome in. Welcome in again to all. Taking it easy on the voice today, so we're going to be nice and close to the microphone. Nah, maybe not. All right, just getting ready to go green here. They just got done with the national anthem, so they're going to get them rolling on track. I'm currently doing a little bit of cleanup work around my desk here, getting ready to go. Decent crowd in the grandstands on the front stretch. Nobody in the corners at the moment. Yes, welcome in. You were first. That does count. Go ahead and give the stream a share. Help people let us... I can't speak right. Share that the thing is out. How do I do this? Is there a way to do that? There we go. Gonna go ahead and put a couple links out there in the ether, as it is. There we go. Okay. Trying to get a post saved. Didn't work so well. All right, welcome in anyway. Will Elliott win tomorrow? Looks locking on points or not go to the Final Four. I think he'll get in, especially with a good starting spot. He should get some stage points, and that'll really help him. 11-point advantage. Once you get one set of stage points, that advantage moves up towards like 20 points. So obviously he's got to continue to run well all throughout the race, but I like his chances. Oh, now they're doing the command to start engines. Welcome in, Denny Fan and Parker. What was I in the middle of today? I was in the middle of doing something. Oh, I love that iRacing car with Justin Allgaier. Looks good, man. Looks real good. I like it. Where's he starting? Elliott will start second. And he's got his teammate right beside him, so if Hendrick decides to work a little team magic, he could very easily end up getting to lead out of turn 2, and Larson can basically be a barrier in between. I don't know if Larson's going to want to do that. I don't know if Hendrick would do that, but that being said, if I was a team, if this was Formula 1, I can guarantee you that's what it would be. Packers-Bills, 7 o'clock Sunday. I'm not going to lie, I'm excited. Mostly because I think the Packers are going to get whooped. And as a Vikings fan, that's happy. Ross will make it to the Final Four? Maybe. He's definitely in the best position. But he does start in the back half or around, middle part of the top 10. And I can guarantee you, if it comes down to Denny and Ross, and Denny has to move Ross out of the way to get there, he'll do it. Denny has a freebie in his back pocket. I think he can race Elliott hard. I just think the biggest thing is don't take your teammate out, especially when you're already locked in. More 5-hour energy commercials. Byron starts P25. Yeah, Byron's the one I'm worried about. He may be in some trouble there. Larson is not out of the playoffs. Larson is in on owners, just not in the Drivers' Championship. But he is on the owner's side. He will be racing for the championship next weekend. There you go. Had to block a user. For some reason, somebody has been sending me a bunch of celebrity, what is it called? Celebrity Observer. I don't care. Sorry. I don't know who that channel is, but I have no interest in it. The race last week was pretty solid. Honestly, it was a pretty good race. I know a lot of people got real bored in the middle section when the race was sort of spread out for the lead, but the racing was actually pretty darn solid. By the way, guys, guy to watch for today. I'm going to throw the number out there. Number 1, Sam Mayer. Watch out for him today. That's a car that I think could very easily end up surprising a lot of people with a really good run by the time this race comes to a close. So keep an eye out for that one car. Oh, they're going to parade him around in their playoff order. Ugh, whatever. Time. Also had some arrivals this week. Not a big bunch, so I'm still getting some photos ready to roll. Austin Hill to the rear. Big deal there. Well, they're supposed to be green by now, so guess I started it a little early. Come on, NASCAR, let's go. Move the program along. All right, actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to go grab a dew. I'm going to get a dew and a water. Get ready for this race. Time to grab the Noah Gregson cooler. Not cooler, koozie. It's Noah G time. Mountain Dew has been obtained. Let's go. All right, they're still lining up. It's going to be a little bit. Let's go, boys and girls. Ooh, 36th. Oofta. Deep starting spot there for Austin Hill as we get ready to roll here today. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by RAS Diecast. It's a website. Yeah. That's my sponsor pitch. That'll be my whole sponsor pitch. That's all I got. No, I haven't taken a picture yet, but a bunch of new sprint cars came in. Got some 164s, including Casey Kane's new sprint car, so can't wait to show that one off. And got a lot of new... Oh, man. Yawning. But there's also a lot of new cars getting listed on the website as the weekend goes along. So there should be some fun older cars that are getting put around on there. So I don't know if Clyde's in here yet. I got to send Clyde a picture. I got a car that he's going to want at some point. Did I hear Deegan won't race a DGE? Yeah, that's not surprising. They switched manufacturers, and Ford is her biggest supporter. So, yeah, them going back to Toyota is no surprise that she won't be staying there. Yeah, it was DGR. All right, so they're still rolling around under yellow. It's taken them kind of a while to get this all taken care of. I'm going to do some inspections on cars while we're sitting here. There we go. Another light. Oh. Take a look at, I believe this is A-Shocks. He's not in the chat yet, but he hasn't yet, but he's planning to order this Chase Elliott Napa Elite. So I'm going to do a quick inspection. The nice thing is I don't have to pull them out of the box anymore to do the inspection. I can kind of see it from here. I mean, I still have to slide them out a little bit, but it's not too bad. Yeah, it looks good. Car looks good and solid. All right, let's see here. Wouldn't be surprised if her second SHR Xfinity car. I mean, the sponsors are the big thing. Will there be enough sponsorship to run the full season? Yep, Napa car looks good. So for A-Shock, as soon as that one comes in, he will have a new Elite 124 Elliott car coming his way. Somebody's already missing parts of the car. There's already a car missing a piece. Not sure how that happened. That's weird. All right, and that is ready to go. Anybody get my joke? What was your joke? Oh, the Crapman Truck Series? Yeah, the trucks are... Ugh. Did I see Lionel's go back to the old box? Yes. And it's not just for the 75th anniversary. I think enough people have made enough noise about these boxes that they're just changing it, which is the right call. Look, these boxes, I get what they were looking for. They wanted it to look good and whatnot, but the fact was these boxes don't stack well. They can't even use them at the haulers. They have to stack them upright, and it's just... It's not a good box design. I don't know how they didn't... I guess I don't know how they didn't see it earlier. Like, to me, it was obvious from the start that, like, hey, these boxes are going to be a problem. But it, for some reason, got all the way to the point where they released the cars and realized, oh, the fans hate these. It's just, to me, surprising that it took them that long to realize it. All right, coming around turn 3 and 4. Here we go. Brandon Jones on the bottom, Sheldon Creed up top with Sammy Smith and Ty Gibbs in row 2. Green flag is in the air, and Brandon Jones with a big, not a big jump, yeah, pretty good jump. Brandon Jones clear by turn 1. Sammy Smith gets in there nice and hard. He's now side-by-side with Creed for position 2. Noah Gregson and Ty Gibbs side-by-side for the 4th spot. Down the backstretch they go. Creed has now all but cleared Sammy Smith, but Smith still hanging around on the bottom. Coming through 3 and 4 onto the front stretch. Looks like it's going to be Sammy Smith sliding up into the 3rd spot. And then it'll be Gibbs and Gregson still battling for 4th. Gibbs is trying to get rolling. He is currently side-by-side with Noah Gregson for 4th. So right now the top 3 single-filed out, and the first side-by-side battle is for that 4th spot with Noah and Ty Gibbs. And boy, they are just nice and side-by-side. They're right on top of each other. Oh, 3 wide back there. Somebody had a little shuffle. Looks like Riley Herbst got shuffled. AJ Allmendinger making a move. He's going after the 7th spot from Anthony Alfredo. Meanwhile, still side-by-side for the 4th spot between Noah and Ty. So, as we currently are watching, just trying to see where the points as they run, it's a 2-point gap between Allgaier and Allmendinger. That's the cut line, 2 points, but Allmendinger is right behind AJ. Oh my gosh, I always mix these two up, man. AJ is 1 spot behind Justin Allgaier. Noah's going to be heating up his tires if he doesn't get past him soon. Alrighty. Excuse me. There we go. That's enough wiggle there. I think Ty Gibbs will get the spot. When I was at the SHR hauler getting a Kevin Harvick car, the guy told me they are so bad. Yep. So, as I said, a lot of people that get these cars know these boxes were not a good option. Could be the 07 for Greenlight or 00 for SHR. Riley, if Riley's not back. I believe Riley will be back. And potentially there's a part-time schedule option between her and Zane Smith if it's not a full-time opportunity. That being said, I think they're going to try and get her full-time. The fact is she's plenty marketable. If you can't find sponsors for Haley Deegan, you're not a good marketer. She is all over the place on YouTube and social media. Like, she should not be hard to sell sponsorship for. Better not lose to Northwestern. Honestly, I wouldn't even be shocked. That offense is so incredibly horrible. I've never seen an offense so inept in my life. All right, as they currently run, top 5, Jones, Creed, Smith, Gibbs, and Gregson. Trying to check and see if there's anybody noticeable in the back. Where is the 1 car? Sam Mayer's in 16th at the moment. All right, AJ now looking to the inside of the 7 of Allgaier. He's going to send it in there deep. Justin Allgaier in the Brandt orange colors with a black hood today. Today's black hood is, I don't want to say a reason, but it's in part of the iRacing sponsorship. So the normal Brandt orange is not on the top of the car, just the sides. But then on the top of the car, it is all blacked out, and it has the iRacing logos on it. So it is kind of neat. They got iRacing as a sponsorship on that 7 car. Oh, AJ getting right up in there. Allgaier going to squeeze him, but it's not going to work. AJ Allmendinger to the inside. He's going to try and take the spot into 3. Sends it in there nice and deep. And as he rotates, comes off the corner. Oh, man, Allgaier is pinching him tight. Allgaier will hold the spot this lap. We'll see if it'll work. If you pinch him too many times, he's going to end up dooring you. So it's a little risky for Allgaier to be trying to run that tight. Like, I could understand for a win. It's so early, though. You really don't want to get a tire cut this early in an event. It's only 1 point. All right, to the outside and inside. They're still side by side. This battle has not calmed down. Right now, it's still Allgaier and Allmendinger. Allmendinger bounces off the curb, rolls it around the bottom, back to the gas. Allmendinger still not able to get by. They're side by side again. Yeah, Cody Ware getting DNP was not. I'm not thrilled. Not thrilled. I really wanted to get that purple car. All right, still side by side battle for the 6th spot. Actually, it's the best battle on the racetrack at the moment. Everyone else has sort of spread themselves out, but I'm telling you, Allmendinger and Allgaier are putting on a show, and the fact that it's for the transfer is just an extra bonus. And Allgaier will clear. So Allgaier will hold the spot on AJ Allmendinger, but AJ's going to go right back on the offensive. Are they still going to make Austin Dill's 2022 Daytona win, even though it's a drug sponsor? Yeah. Yeah, the situation just comes down to which sponsors are allowed. I haven't heard anything, but I'm pretty sure that one's still good. The Vikings have been just so bad sometimes. No, they haven't had an offense near as bad as that. I mean, I have never in my life seen such a bad offense on a football field. I mean, Iowa's offense is worse than most high school offenses. It is that bad. I have never seen an offense so anemic in my life. I mean, it is shocking how bad it is. I don't know what they need to do, besides maybe fire Brian Ferentz, but that Iowa offense is horrendous. All right, Ty Gibbs now up to the second spot. He just went by Sheldon Creed, and now he'll put his sights on his teammate as he tries to lock himself in. He's got a pretty good point gap, but never hurts to win that extra race. Oh, don't get me wrong. Nope, there's the contact. Allmendinger got into the 7 trying to get into the corner. He hit the curb, got into the 7, and sent the 7 up the track. And just like that, they're still side by side. The battle continues. So the battle still for the 6th spot is between Allgaier and Allmendinger. Allmendinger hit the curb, got into Allgaier, knocked him clear up the track, but not enough to take the spot, and they're still battling side by side. This is all 2.5 seconds behind Noah Gragson, so they've got a huge gap in front of them from all this battling, but boy, it is kind of crazy how long this one's been going on. Oh, sponsored by Ew. Yeah, that'll be... I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. All right, 21 laps in as they go to their first commercial break. Ty Gibbs appears to be on the move, running pretty consistent laps, about 0.8 of a second behind the leader. Everybody's running on the 21 flats, though. It doesn't look like anyone's really separating themselves on the lap timer, but there's definitely some tire falling off about a half second already. Would I buy a custom Joey Logano 2020 Phoenix Win Elite that I am making? I mean, I'd like to show it off, but I don't have any interest in buying one. So if you wanted to sell one, I can put it on my website for whatever you want to sell it for. But I'd have to be able to take photos and junk. So I like doing reviews, but yeah, I don't know. Not a big Logano guy. The world of customs is crazy because customs can go for triple what a normal car is. They can go for $300-400 sometimes, and sometimes they'll go for like $40 because it all comes down to if the two people really want it, then they bid the crap out of it. But that's just how it works. Alrighty, so still looking at it right now. It looks like fastest car on the racetrack right now. Don't look, guys. Noah Gragson and Justin Allgaier are starting to come back to the front. But remember, lap traffic can play a factor in that, so we're really not 100% sure if that's why they're fastest. So that's the nice thing about it is once we get into lap traffic at a short track, it doesn't matter if you got the fastest car. The question is, can you handle the field? Now looking at the guys moving through the field, Sam Mayer has made his way up to the 12th position. Like I said, that's my my dark horse of the day. I think Sam Mayer is a underrated driver at this specific racetrack, and I think that's something that people got to keep an eye out because he could get himself into the Final Four. All right. What about Justin Allgaier's 2019 Phoenix win? Actually, I think I've actually had one of those before. I made a video on it. But if you have an eBay store, I would love to show off some of your stuff. If you ever wanted me to show some of your work off. But yeah, I'm actually in the process right now, guys, downsizing my own personal collection just to get some more space. So. Yeah, I'm not really in a buyer's market at the moment, especially not a big one. All right, now that we're back, it looks like we have a battle for the lead. Brandon Jones still holds the lead, but Ty Gibbs wants it. They are in heavy traffic at the moment, and you can see the leader's pace has actually slowed down. What used to be a 5.5 second gap to Allgaier has now turned to a 3.5. So in that heavy traffic, we're starting to see who can make their way through and who can't. And at the moment, the 19 still has pretty darn good pace, but the 54 is able to keep with them. Now it's Creed, Smith, and Gragson back through the top 5. I believe there is going to be a lot of moving as they get through all of these here. You do have an eBay store. Well, I would love to see some of the stuff you've made in the past because, like I said, I always love to show that kind of stuff off. Alrighty, but yeah, no, I'd love to take a look at some customs. Like I said, my goal is to have every raced version and customs of non-raced versions on my website at some point, so that anyone can find any raced version on my website, but it's just hard to stock that many cars. Let's see here. Then Jets are good. Hey, I am thrilled. Jets and Vikings are both playing well this season, and it has been a very welcome sight because I thought the Vikings were going to be decent. They had a pretty decent team last year, just frankly lost a lot of close games that they really shouldn't have. But the Jets were a total wild card going into this year. I did not know what to expect out of them. Second year of a head coach, and so there's, potential for some changes. And oh, we got a caution. Oh, Joe Graff has crashed. Shocker. I'm not even shocked. Joe Graff does nothing but crash, which I really am just bummed about because that 07 car when Moffitt was behind the wheel ran really well at Kansas, and then Joe Graff just crashes them all the time. He's got a cool-looking car. All right, looks like they got it all squared out and gone. Now, 30 laps into a 60-lap run. I don't know how many. I think they have 5 sets of tires. I don't imagine many people are going to want to get. I don't think people are going to want to come waste their tires right now. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, the 35 just misses the corner and completely dumps the 07. That's not the fault of the 07 at all. So Chris Wright also got into the wall. Well, helped into the wall, I should say. Could be from checking up for the yellow, so it may not be intentional, but 35 pretty well sent the 07. Not sure if that was an intentional act or if that was an accident, but regardless, the fault of the accident would be on the 35. So 35 and the 07, both with damage. Front end damage to the 35, back end damage to the 07. Both are still rolling, so they're going to lose a lap or maybe a few laps, but it does look like they're going to be able to continue. Quick checkup on our playoff guys. The 21 of Austin Hill has made his way up to 22nd position, and the number 11 of Daniel Hemrick got up to 20th position. So good movement for those guys so far today. The Broncos' offense is terrible. Their defense is actually solid if only Hackett wasn't the coach. I would agree. The Denver Broncos are a team that, man, I cannot believe how bad their offense is. And frankly, I think people got to realize some of that offense is an issue with Russell Wilson. He's missing wide open targets a lot. And look, I know they got beat by the Jets last week, but that Jets defense is good. Like, they're going to play Minnesota here in a few weeks, and I would not be shocked if they turn Kirk Cousins over 2 to 3 times and Kirk Cousins only scores 15 to 16 points. Like, that is a stout defense that New York has. No, Gregson is in. I think Noah might be staying out at the stage. Could LSU beat Bama next week? Anything's possible. That Bama team is not great on the road. So, but it's going to take a perfect game to beat them. Yeah, the Broncos are terrible. Sorry. I don't know. I was watching that. Here's the thing. The Broncos were only down by 7, and there was a decent amount of time left in the fourth quarter, and I knew the game was over. As a Jets fan, I felt very confident, like, this game's over. Like, nothing's going to happen from here on out. The Jets have the lead. They've won. The game's already over. That's not normal. So the fact that I have that little faith in the Broncos offense probably didn't help that. Chandler Smith, 2021 Phoenix DNP. Yes, I saw that. I think I've seen your page. Let me go look it up on eBay on my phone quick. Maybe I'll hit a follow button so I can see all the stuff. Let's see. There we go. Oh, that ain't what I want. What are we doing here? Okay, now I'm looking it up. Is it JH Diecast 75? I can't remember. Is that your name? Oh, where was I during the butt fumble? I remember exactly. Okay, it's a different one. Okay, that one has some pretty cool customs, but I know exactly where I was during the butt fumble. It was Thanksgiving weekend, and I was at Thanksgiving with my entire family. The Jets were actually pretty good that year. People forget that same Jets team that had the butt fumble ended up beating the Patriots in the divisional round and losing to in the championship game. So as crazy as it was, that was literally how that ended up going. But yeah, it was interesting from that end of it. But yeah, I was at Thanksgiving, and I remember this because the butt fumble was one of like 4 touchdowns in the span of like 2 minutes. It was a fumble on a kickoff return so the Patriots score a touchdown. The Jets fumble the kickoff return, touchdown. Then they had the butt fumble, touchdown, and then they had another turnover or some other issue, and it was literally like they blew the game wide open on the butt fumble, and it was not fun. It was not a good day. It was not good. Let's see here. Let me look here and see if I can find your stuff. I know I've seen it before because I saw that Chandler Smith one. Like I said, I would love to show them off. I just can't. I'm just slowing down on the collecting end of it because I've had so many cars that I just need to get rid of. Get some space and get more inventory in so that everyone can build their collections and yeah. All right, coming back to the green flag. Brandon Jones on the outside with a good launch. He'll be good and clear heading off into turn 1. Ty Gibbs will slide into the second spot, and it'll be Sammy Smith on the high side trying to hold off Ty Gibbs. Down into corner number 3, it looks like it'll be Brandon Jones clear away with the lead. Ty Gibbs to second, but here comes Sammy Smith on the outside. He's looking for second on him. Allgaier and let's see that. Yeah, that's Allgaier and Creed battling right now for the fourth and fifth spot. And Allmendinger is still side by side with Riley Herbst. This is big as Allmendinger continues to lose spots on this restart. Those are all points that are going to matter at the end of this race. Especially if Brandon Jones wins, then they got to catch Ty Gibbs, which is even harder to do. The Jets didn't even make the playoffs in 2012. I think that's 20. It was 2009 or 2010. I think I gotta check. When was the butt fumble? Because they were competitive with the Patriots at that time. Let's see here. Butt fumble. Oh my goodness, it can't search correctly. There we go. Oh, it was in 2012. Yeah, they weren't very competitive that season. That was a couple years after then. Because, yeah, they were very, very competitive early on. Oh, contact between Barry and Allmendinger. About sent Barry to the inside wall. Can't tell if it was Barry there or if that was on Allmendinger. But Allmendinger finally stopped the bleeding. He falls into the 7th and gets in single file. Meanwhile, Jones away with the lead. Gibbs still in second. Sammy Smith third. Looking for our current progress on our guy Noah. He is running in the 25th position. And he's just kind of cruising around back there. Saving his tires because he's going to make that jump to the lead here in Stage 2. I'm assuming is his plan. All right, so as they run, Allgaier has 2 spots on A.J. Allmendinger. So it's currently, as they run, a 3-point gap. But here comes Josh Berry to the inside. Josh Berry will take a spot, and that'll change it to a 1-point gap in favor of Allgaier. 12 to go. I imagine that now that Landon Castle is behind him, Landon will probably just settle in and ride. I don't imagine we're going to have too many shenanigans. That being said, it looks like Sheldon Creed is taking a look on Allgaier. So plenty of different point potential, what do you want to call it, championship implications in these battles here. Allgaier going to slide to the outside. He's going to try and get up alongside Sammy Smith. He got to the high side. Now he's going to sail it in again on the high side. He's on the outside of Sammy Smith, and he is there. Sammy Smith has to hold it down on the bottom. I said it wrong again, man. Justin Allgaier hard into corner 3 and 4. And as they come through the corner and back out, no, he will clear. So put Justin Allgaier up into the 3rd position, and Justin Allgaier now has the spot on points. So as long as Brandon Jones doesn't win, it'll be Justin Allgaier currently beating AJ Allmendinger by 1 point. Not even 1 point. It's actually just a tiebreaker. They are tied. But Allgaier has the championship buffer. Especially as these stage points come into effect. There are 4 cars in between the two of them. Eight laps to go on the stage. I'm surprised nobody else tried to do the Gregson thing where they're just going to 20-lap old tires. All right, as we're speaking, here comes Ty Gibbs trying to get to the back of Brandon Jones. Oh, Herbst's going to shove it in there. Herbst side by side with Creed down the front stretch. Had to muscle him up out of the way. And Herbst is going to send it down in there. Six to go in the stage. Herbst is still going for it. Oh, lap car really going to stuff it in there. Oh my goodness, it is an absolute cluster back here. Riley Herbst is side by side with Sheldon Creed, all right in front of AJ Allmendinger. Now it looks like he'll clear. So Herbst is now clear. Here comes AJ looking now to try and get to the inside of the 2. Couldn't get there though. Bailey Curry has hit the wall. Hard contact in the right front. He's going to pit road. Okay, he turned to go to the garage. I was going to say. Boy, a lot of contact for Sheldon Creed here. Here comes the 16 looking to the inside of the 2. So the 2 is really having some trouble here. But the 1 is going to push him down the front stretch. Or sorry, that's the back stretch. All right, looking at it right now, Allmendinger is in a hornet's nest of cars right now. That 1 car is fast, but he is pinched on the outside. Not a lot of places he can go at the moment. So AJ Allmendinger trying to snag 1 more spot. He really needs to get every stage point here. 2 to go in the stage. Oh, contact. Oh, the 21 is going to muscle Landon Castle out of the way and put him in the fence. Holy cow. Landon Castle just absolutely got launched. 21 car just basically punted him, got alongside him, then doored him, and then put him in the fence. Wow. So Brandon Jones going to get that last spot, or the stage win here. And Allmendinger will not get by Creed as they get to the line. It'll be Creed, Allmendinger, and then Sam Mayer. Hard racing in the back of the field there. I would not be shocked if that 21 car ends up getting sent into a corner a little hard later in this race. Like I said, that move on Landon Castle was desperate, but I mean it's a stage, man. You can't just punt a guy and door him and wall him. At some point, you're gonna have that come back around to bite you. Hey, put him in the wall! I honestly, I know people got sick of DW towards the end, but DW with Larry Mack was the best combination because they fed off each other's excitement. They really brought the excitement into the booth with them. All right, let's see. Where is Noah? Noah's up to 17th. Be very interesting to see just how long. I assume Noah's going to stay out here, which is just surprising because, like I said, not a lot of others pitted. There's a few. Actually, there's a lot more than I thought. There's a lot of guys back here. I don't know if they're all going to stay out with him. Did Raja stay out? He did, or not? He has tires though. So the 44. I think it'd be interesting to see how many of these guys stay out. Daniel Hemrick's another one. All right, so as we go to commercial, let's see where we're at here. Coming into the day, it was a 5-point gap, I believe, between Allgaier and Allmendinger. He has made up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So they are now tied, I believe. Let me make sure it was 5 points. Oh, where is my app? There it is. Found it. All right, let's see here. Yes, it was a 5-point gap. So right now, after Allgaier pulled out 8 stage points and Allmendinger pulled out 3, they are tied. Allmendinger has to beat Justin Allgaier if he wants to get to the Final Four. He has to beat him. The rest of the way, that could include stage points, don't get me wrong, but from here on out, it's a dead heat. Allgaier and Allmendinger, winner moves on, pending another new winner. I should say another new winner not named Ty Gibbs. All right, pitting next time by, which I, again, don't understand. They should have been pitting this time by. Because they're just bringing him back from commercial, and we're going to have to run a whole another lap under yellow. Come on, NASCAR. Get your crap together. Wait. Stage ended at lap 60. They've run 5 laps under yellow already? Oh, that's terrible. Why is pit road not open for 5 laps? This is the type of stuff, guys, I will always harp on because NASCAR has gimmicked up the show so much. Look, you want to do stages? Fine. You want to do stage cautions? Not a fan. But for God's sake, when the caution comes out, rack them up and go to pit road. To just sit there and run laps out because, oh, they're under commercial break. It's like, you understand that there is no commercial break in racing. Racing is racing. So, ugh. I still remember waiting, let's see. I still remember waiting Jones do the pass in the 2017 All-Star Open, and then Waltrip just screams, oh no, don't go in the grass. I don't remember that. I gotta look it up now. 2017 pass in the grass? Ooh, something went wrong on the 4 car. Coming to pit road this time by, Noah will stay out. We'll see how many stay out with him. There it is. Jones attempts the pass in the grass. I'm going to look this up now. It's the mother. No, we're not doing commercials. All right, as they're in there right now, 4-tire stop currently. Ooh, looks a little slow on AJ Allmendinger. They are going to have a slow stop here. That is not good. 13, 14, 15, 15, 7. Not a great stop for the 16 guys. They really do need to get a better stop, especially when the stakes are so high today. All right, coming out of their pit box. Great stop for Justin Allgaier. 13-5. He's on the outside of Ty Gibbs. Is he going to get there first? No. Brandon Jones will win the battle off pit road handily, and then it'll be Justin Allgaier and Ty Gibbs. No, Gibbs will edge him. Oh, Gibbs rounding the bottom. I don't know. Somebody might be speeding down there. We will see. Oh, that's what it was. Dang splitters. If we didn't have splitters, that would have been epic. That's a beautiful number 24. That Mountain Dew car looks amazing in that clip. But yeah, that is one reason people hate splitters, because I'm telling you, without splitters, he's going to be able to make that thing continue on and potentially get to the inside there. So, that would have been cool. That would have been so cool. Dang. I saw DGR truck lineup. 1 is rotation. 15 Tanner Gray, 17 Tyler Gray. No, the 1 is... Is it Daniel Dye? No, he's a GMS. Who was it? They have 3 full-timers and 1 part-timer. So I couldn't remember which one. Yeah, but still, don't go in the grass. Oh, I love it, because everyone was thinking it. Yeah, I actually really like the new numbers for DGR's trucks. Those who haven't seen it, look up Evernham's number 1 from the 19 or the 10 car, what the number 1 looked like. It's a little bit wider version of Evernham's number 1. Like, nobody noticed that, which is surprising to me. I drew so many Evernham numbers when I was a kid in school. But, basically, look at the number 1 on the 10 and 19 for Evernham cars, or the 91, whatever, but look at that number 1. It's the same exact style as this TriStar Tricom. Corey Heim, there we go. Corey Heim's full-time. I knew somebody was full-time. So Corey Heim is the other full-time guy. Number 1 is the rotation. Okay. So yes, it is Heim, and then the two Grays. So Tanner and Taylor Gray, and then Corey Heim, and then rotation. All right, coming back to the green, 2 cars stayed out on the racetrack. One of those being Noah Gragson, the other being Raja Caruth. 3 wide for second. Justin Allgaier went after it. He went to the high side, 3 wide. And, oh, wow, is that Joe Graff down there still? It is. Ty Gibbs is stuck behind the 44. And that could be big news, because as they come off of the corner here, someone's going to want to make that pass. So Josh Berry now moves up. Noah Gragson in the lead. Brandon Jones second. It'll be Raja Caruth in third. Then it'll be Ty Gibbs and Josh Berry. And then, contact between Sammy Smith and Josh Berry. He will continue, but Justin Allgaier is now to the outside. So Allgaier and Berry side by side. Smith and Allmendinger side by side. So Allmendinger still fighting right there with him. All right, coming through the next set of corners. The 16 doesn't seem quite as good on the high lane. He's given it his all, but he just doesn't seem to have the speed needed to keep up with the 7 on the high side. The 7 is able to hold the outside on whoever he's running against. Honestly, pretty decent speed out of the 9 car. I mean, I know he's got 20-some laps on his tires, but he's doing a very nice job. Oh, Caruth going third lane now. He's getting shuffled out. Oh, the 1 is on the... Oh, wow, the curb. The 1 makes huge contact with the 16, and they get clear, and they are good. Holy cow. The 1 hits the curb, doors the 16 up into the 44. I mean, just tight. You can't go 3 wide at Martinsville, and my goodness, they made it work. Guys, the Xfinity Series is the best series. I'm sorry. How can you not look at this series at every track they go to and think, why shouldn't this be the Cup car? These cars are amazing. Contact, rubbing, racing, bumping into each other, it's just all sorts of it. And guess what? At the end of the day, all the cars continue, and they're cheaper than Cup cars. And they're safer than Cup cars. This is the Cup car. Oh, man, I'm telling you, this car needs to be the Cup car. I love this car so much. This car is so good for racing. Like, anybody ever says, we need to tweak the Xfinity Series, don't touch it. Don't you touch a thing on this car. This car puts on the best race every weekend, and it's not close. I love this car. Love it. I'd like a little bit nicer diecast, but outside of that, I love this race car. Every driver says they're more fun to race anyway. Like, to me, it's a no-brainer. All right. Okay, there we go. Had to get the rest of that Mountain Dew down. So, battle for the lead is starting to shape up as Brandon Jones and Ty Gibbs are starting to catch Noah Gragson. As they currently run, it is 1, 2, 3, about half a second apart. Josh Berry in 4th, Sammy Smith in 5th. Allgaier, Hale, Herbst, Allmendinger, and Creed round out the top 10. Mayer and Creed are currently battling for that last spot. And, boy, it's a tight battle, I'll tell you that. One car is beating the back bumper off the 2. And the 2 is really, really holding him up. He's going to have to go to the inside here soon. The 1 car I think the 1 has a good car. Just remember, guys, too, the number placement is better on these cars, and they have 5 lug nuts. Everything's better. Hot take, Ryan Blaney's discount tire is not ugly. Any car in the next gen is ugly when it has that stupid number flared forward. That being said, I don't think it's a horrible car. He's got other cars that look better. Ooh, crossover. So Gibbs pulls a slider on the 19, and then the 19 is going to pull a slider back. So the 19 back to the inside. He will battle it out for second. Meanwhile, Noah Gragson still running out in front. All right, so the 54 has now gone to second position. We'll see if he can chase down Noah Gragson. Sammy Smith in 6th. He's looking at Justin Allgaier in 5th, looking to try and snag that spot. Meanwhile, just for everyone trying to keep track, Austin Hill has made a great rebound today. He's up into the 7th position. And they're 24 laps into the stage, so the Noah Gragson strategy appears to have paid off. He has gained 5 spots of track position. If the thing stays green, I don't see any way he'll fall all the way back to 5th, so... can we just shut up about the numbers? It's literally just a number. It doesn't affect the racing or car performance or safety. No, it doesn't, but it does affect how the car looks. There's something to that. It's imagine if all of a sudden NFL teams took the logos off the helmets. Like, people would be like, "Well, what are you doing? The logos have been on helmets forever. Why would you get rid of them?" And it's like, put it this way. Maybe instead of the logos, maybe instead of putting the number of the jersey in the center of the jersey, they put a sponsorship on the jersey. And then they move the number to the shoulder pad. So you only have the player jersey number on the shoulder pad and not on the center of the jersey. So if you do that, you're taking away from that thing. So, like, the idea that the number isn't a focal point on these race cars, to me, is baffling. Because the number is the icon of the sport. Just like the Viking horn is the icon of the Vikings. The Hawkeye. The Hawkeye logo is the identity of the Hawkeye. That's what we all know. We know what that Hawkeye looks like on the side of those helmets. And that's the icon part of those helmets. They have the icon of those... inside battle for the lead. Gibbs is there. But anyway, yeah, that logo is the icon. Well, in racing, the driver is usually the icon or the team. But in NASCAR specifically, the number has really become the icon because they have different fonts and colors and shapes, and they have very specific colors and fonts that are specific drivers. You see an orange number 9, that's Noah Gragson. You see a blue number 9, well, that's Chase Elliott. Just a color difference. Same exact number, but that color difference tells you who's the driver. And that's what I mean. It's not saying that the number being out of line is like ruining the racing. It's not. But it's just not the correct location. Terrible offense and great defense, the identity of the Hawkeyes. That is fact, especially in football. And a lack of passing. They've never been good at passing. I can't remember the last time I've said, like, wow, the Hawkeyes have a legit passing attack. No, they pass when they have to, but they have never been a solid passing team in general. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, my whole thing is as long as the number doesn't shrink, I was going to be okay with it. But as I've seen where they've shrunk the numbers, they've slid them forward, they put them up in this corner right along the rail. Now they're looking at shrinking them and putting them up even farther up so they can put more sponsorship on the door. And it's just like, if you're going to do it, just get rid of the numbers entirely. Like, just rip the Band-Aid off all at once instead of making all these tiny changes that everyone doesn't like. Like I said, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I just think it didn't need to get changed. It was fine as it is. All right, Noah's still on the outside of Brandon Jones. So Jones is looking to the inside to try and grab that spot. So Jones now looking for second on Noah Gragson. Meanwhile, battle for the 9th position. A.J. Allmendinger trying to go around the outside of Riley Herbst to take that spot. And he will. So A.J. Allmendinger goes by and will snag that position. This is actually really good, though, because Noah Gragson is getting experience to see what his tires are going to be like 60-some laps into a run. He has 60 laps on his tires right now. Everyone else has 30 or 26. So good to know for later in the race what your car does over the really long run. And right now it does not look like it does well. So good to know for the future that, hey, get tires if you can late in the race. I've gotten used to the number being moved, to be honest. I mean, like I said, I've gotten used to it. It is where it's at. You know, I'm still watching. I'm still getting a few cars. That being said, look, I'm not getting that many cars right now. Like, I used to get a lot of cool paint schemes just because I thought they looked good. I'm not doing that anymore. I don't think many of them look that great, you know? And so I just haven't been picking those cars up because I don't think they look that good. So it's not that I have like this thing where like I refuse to like it. I mean, it's just it doesn't look as good. Like if I'm looking at a car and I'm like, ooh, that thing looks sharp, I pick it up. And I've gotten a few coming, but there's a lot of cars this year that like I would definitely have at least been more interested in if the number was centered. There's a few perfect examples where there are paint schemes that are absolute fire. And they're still good, but I'm telling you, the number location throws them off a little bit. It's not visually appealing, is what I'll say. When I was at Homestead, I sat in front of Chase Elliott, of a Chase Elliott fan stereotype, missing a tooth, Mickey Dental Care, drunk, always pointing at his driver, etc. Yeah, that's just fan in general. Chase Elliott's the most popular, so there's definitely more of those. Dale Earnhardt Jr. had the same group of people. Let's be honest here. Dale Jr. fans in 2003 were so salty that Matt Kenseth won the title before Dale Jr. did, and they literally whined until NASCAR made a change and brought the playoffs in. So, like, they were literally crying that, well, Junior won more races than Kenseth, and Kenseth is a champion. That's not right. And it's like, dude, that's not how the championships are crowned. And yeah, it's like we ended up missing out on some very interesting stuff. Like, it kind of caused problems. Like, if we had just not listened to whiny, complainy fans, we would have a normal championship format still. And I'm honestly going to say it, I think the sport would be in a lot better shape today, too. People act like the Hudson Hornet in the 50s didn't have the numbers in front of the front tire. Well, I mean, let's be honest, guys. The Hudson Hornet raced in the 50s. That's 70 years ago. Everything from the late 70s, 80s, and 90s has all been in the middle. I mean, we've got 50 years of it being in the middle. So to act like it's like that was a normal thing for the number to be different, that wasn't the case. The number was typically center of the door. Yeah, there was some differences, but over the course of the last 50 years, when you're looking for the number, it was right where you thought it would be. People whined because Newman should have won the championship, not Kenseth. Well, but Newman had a ton of DNFs. Like, it was just one of those things where it was kind of weird to me that, like, it was all the whining about not winning races, but it was like Matt Kenseth had one of the most consistent seasons to date. And so instead of tweaking the format and maybe adding more value to the wins, they just scrapped it and went to a Final 10 playoff type racing, and boy, did that backfire badly. Yeah, you don't have to win a race in any of these championship formats. The problem was you just didn't get rewarded enough for winning the races. But at the end of the day, you can't just win a couple races and then go run like crap the rest of the year. That the whole point is if it's racing, you got to race. Like, that's just how it is. Oh, we got a caution. Ooh, 15 to go in the stage. Interesting timing. Ten car has some damage to the right front. Oh, big time damage. Wheel hopped it. Oh, man. That wheel's bouncing around quite a bit. All right, so Landon Castle's day is done by the looks of it, unfortunately, which a little bummed out about because that's a big slide for just a wheel hop. I don't think that's what it was. Oh yeah, that that is broken. All right, guys, this is huge. 14 to go in the stage. This is a perfect time to pull some strategy. 13 laps to go. Everyone has about 45 laps on their tires. Those who need stage points, which include the 21, the 7, and, well, frankly, anybody that's not locked in. Oh, boy, this is interesting. Because right now, you could stay out and win the stage. That's what you want. You want stage points. You could pit now and jump at the stage. I mean, which do you go with? Looks like they're coming. Oh, it's a mix. Very interesting mix. So a lot of people going to jump track position at the end of the stage here. AJ Allmendinger not being one of them. Boy, that's interesting. I mean, he definitely wants to get the stage points, but I am a little surprised. Ty Gibbs is staying out. I get his point. He gets stage points. That locks him in even if someone else wins. Brandon Jones is in a must-win. Josh Berry's already locked in, so some of those guys are coming in. I'm not sure why Noah Gragson didn't come in. 15-lap tires. This was the time to come and get those tires on, and you would have had a huge gap between you and those other leaders. You know, this time, yeah, he fell back to 5th, but he didn't have 20 cars in between. I mean, this is big. All the cars pitting now are going to have a much bigger gap back to the leaders when they come in at the end of the stage. I mean, there is a solid 20 cars on pit road. So the strategy window has flung open as of right now because I don't even know what's going to happen on this next restart. I mean, here's your top 5. It's going to be Gibbs, Allgaier, Gragson, Allmendinger, Sanchez. The first car on tires is going to be Brandon Jones in 12th. So that tells you 12th on back all have tires. Well, actually, only 25 cars in lead lap, so 14th. So that means at the end of the stage, when Ty Gibbs and all these guys come in, there's going to be about 10 to 12 cars in between them and the leaders. When Noah Gragson tried the strategy, there were more laps on his tires, and he only had one car between him and the leaders. Now, these guys are going to have only about, I don't know, 8 green flag laps maybe on their tires. And they're going to have like 10 to 12 guys in between them on tires. This is huge for Brandon Jones. I can't stress that enough. Brandon Jones is going to have, and Austin Hill, I just looked at that. Brandon Jones and Austin Hill are going to have a 10-car gap going into stage 3 on the rest of the field. So they have a much better shot of winning now because it's going to take Allgaier, Gibbs, and Gragson a lot more time to try and get up to them. They have to pass 10 extra cars in the middle. That's huge, guys. I'm telling you, this race, the opportunity for Hill or Brandon Jones to win just flung wide open. This pit strategy, the broadcast needs to be talking about this a lot right now because I'm telling you, this is the type of thing that should be amping fans up. Like, guys, this race strategy-wise is wide open. We're going to have strategies all over the place. Wonder how many laps they can go on a tank of fuel. I'm gonna look. Mr. Bob. Bob Pockrass? Well, there we go. Oh, fuel is 160 to 170. So yeah, they can pit at the stage and make it to the end. And I think they can make it to the end from here too. Wow, that's interesting. I'm a little surprised. This strategy, guys, is massive. Okay, here we go. Gonna be going green this time. Bye. Alrighty. Coming out of turn 4. Coming to the green flag. Good, solid start on the outside. Allgaier going to send it in on the high side, and he went full send. Full send for Justin Allgaier here. He will clear. So Justin Allgaier clear, and here comes AJ for second. Wow, look at AJ Allmendinger. Found his way to the top 4 when he needed to. I mean, some of this is strategy, but he's still making a hard charge. Look at that. And meanwhile, Justin Allgaier has driven away, so he is really running off. Meanwhile, the guys with tires shuffling around back there. Hi, everybody. I'm going to look through some chats here at the end of the stage. 6 to go in the stage. As they currently run, Josh Berry is the highest up on new tires. Then Austin Hill. The 44 is currently struggling or I shouldn't say the 44. The 19 is getting absolutely stuck. He got stuck behind the 44, then he got shuffled 3 wide by his teammate, and the 19 is losing spots to all these guys that also have fresh tires on him, and it's causing a lot of grief for him right now. He definitely is not going to be happy about the way this stage ended. He was the second car on brand new tires, and he's going to end up about 4th or 5th when this all cycles out. Meanwhile, Josh Berry in the lead, Austin Hill into second in terms of the guys on the tires. Meanwhile, out front, Justin Allgaier starting to get a little smaller gap between he and Ty Gibbs. Oh, Gibbs is there. Here he comes. Yep, he tried to cross it, and he did, and then Gibbs really shut the door on him. Wow, that was some tough racing. I think the 54 sent the 7 in there. All right, coming around to 2 to go. Let's see what happened. Did he just break it? Yeah, wheel hop. Just a little wheel hop. He didn't hit him. Wheel hop on the 7, and then when he tried to cross him over, the 54 really shut the door. Meanwhile, the 8 and 21 are driving up through the top 10. 21 has now moved into 7th, so still going to get some stage points on that, even with the tires. 21 going to look to the bottom of the 8. He wants to be the first car on new tires. Oh, he's going to get right up on there. They are side by side down the backstretch. Down into corner 3 and 4 on the final lap. 21, oh, he's going to send the 8 even higher. Coming to the end of the stage. Oh, he put him in the... Oh, man. I don't think the 8 appreciates that. He fenced him again, and I think the 8 still got the spot. I can't imagine that these guys are all that thrilled with that kind of just driving through people. Very interesting. Okay, so at the end of the second stage, it'll be Gibbs, Allgaier, Allmendinger, Gregson, Sanchez in 5th with a quiet run. Also, big note, Parker Kligerman will go full-time for Big Machine next year. Very excited to see that. 6th, Austin Hill. 7th, Josh Berry. 8th, Jeb Burton. 9th, Ryan Sieg. 10th, Anthony Alfredo. Now, we are going to have pit stops coming up here, and it's going to really shuffle this field out, so it'll be very interesting once we go green for the start of Stage 3, because it looked like Brandon Jones was going to be the first car on tires. He is going to be, as of right now, the 4th or 5th car on tires once we go green for the start of Stage 3. Let's go over to some chats quick and touch on some of those. Let's see. People will cry when Elliott wins next week. Yeah, I've realized that Chase probably has almost as many haters as Kyle Busch at this point. He has a lot more fans than Kyle Busch. Well, I shouldn't say a lot more. They both are very popular, but a lot of people really just don't like Chase for absolutely no reason. I don't really understand it, but, you know, it's fandom. You know, it is what it is. Numbers are more important in NASCAR than other series like F1, which makes NASCAR more unique for me besides the racing product. It definitely is. Like I said, IndyCar, people switch numbers all the time, and it's no big deal. NASCAR, a lot of drivers try to keep the same number, and you don't regularly see number changes, you know, on a regular basis. People really try to stick to the same number because they build a lot of familiarity with it. You know, with Formula One, Max Verstappen drives the 1 car. He drove the 33 last year because the 1 car is kind of like the defending champion thing. Like, numbers are normally swapped all over the place. NASCAR's not like that. You know, the 3 has been a Richard Childress car forever. The 2 and the 12 have been Penske's cars forever. You know, so there's a little bit more familiarity between number and team, and then driver too. So that does play a role for sure. Let's see here. F1 racing is bad. Even the 550 package produced better racing. Maybe. 550 was really, really ugly. That being said, the DRS does help Formula One. If they had done 550 on road courses, I think it would have been worse than Formula One. That being said, thank goodness they didn't. Because Formula One, yeah, I don't know. They have the problem of every car that's up front is always dominant, and they can't seem to close the competition gap like IndyCar. But IndyCar has a problem where you get stuck in traffic and you just can't move. Everybody runs in a single file line at the same speed because nobody can pass each other. So IndyCar needs more help. They tried push to pass. I don't think you need that. I think you need a DRS style system that allows you to work forward. So if you're in the back of the field and you're faster than the guy in front of you, you should be earned an advantage to help try to get you past him. And if he's faster than you, he'll pass you back. There's nothing wrong with battling on the track, going back past and, passing back and forth. So I think a DRS system in IndyCar would be great. At least on certain tracks. I wouldn't want it on ovals, but I would certainly want it on a lot of the road circuits. All right, coming through the pit road exit, it's going to be Gibbs, Allgaier, Gregson, Allmendinger, and then who is that? Looks like Alfredo, and then Sanchez. Okay, so that's the order coming off pit road, but we'll see next time by exactly where they shake out in the racing lineup. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, when Elliott shows personality, people call him a crybaby. It's yeah, I don't understand that. He's so boring, and then when he shows any type of emotion, same thing with Bubba, by the way. Anytime someone shows emotion, they go scream their heads off, and then they're like, "Nobody's got personality anymore." It's like, well, you cried your eyes out when they did, so pick. You can't have both. All right, let's go back to the bottom of the chats here. Indy fans will talk about NASCAR's gimmicks, but they'll be the first to defend a button that makes you go faster. Yeah, I don't think a lot of Indy fans are huge on the push to pass, though. I think it's something the IndyCar series has. I don't know that a lot of people that I know that are IndyCar fans, I don't think they like it. They do not like they consider that a gimmick, and they're not a fan of it. So, yeah, the Super Boost button is not something that's generally very what's the word? It's not very well looked upon by the IndyCar community. Gibbs is going to get rocked in Cup. I think he already has. I mean, people thought he was going to light the world on fire and start scoring top 10s all the time. Look, he's running in the 20s, guys. Let's be honest about what Xfinity is. It's a step off a Cup by a decent margin. Him going to Cup next year, he's not going to have the best car every week like he does now. And so when he doesn't have the best car every week, what's it going to look like next year? And I think he'll have an okay rookie season. I am going to put my money on the fact that he doesn't win a race next year. I don't think he wins next year. Bro, I saw someone calling heat races in dirt a gimmick. That's not a gimmick. That's how you said it's a form of qualifying. Dirt racing is a whole nother thing. Anyone who calls anything a gimmick in dirt racing clearly doesn't understand how dirt racing works. Once the feature comes around, then it would be a gimmick. But anything in a qualifying race is part of qualifying. So therefore, in my opinion, you can't call it a gimmick. It's part of qualifying. As bad as Kurt's first year? No, I don't think it'll be. I think Ty Gibbs' first year will look a lot like Austin Cindric's first year, minus the Daytona 500 win. I think he'll run, somewhere in the 20s, and without a win won't make the playoffs, and he'll have a few top 10s, but he's not gonna be someone that we're like, oh, look at him again with a great run. No, he's gonna be noticeably not in the top 10 regularly. He's not gonna be as bad as Harrison Burton, though. That's been a pretty tough season for them guys. All right, back to green flag. Josh Berry's away with the lead. He is now to the inside of Sammy Smith. He is clear, and he will drive off. Meanwhile, Sammy Smith will be left to battle with Austin Hill for the second spot, then Creed and Jones for third. Sammy Smith will shut the door on Austin Hill, but Hill will shove him back up the hill. Coming up out of the corner now, he is clear. So Sammy Smith will take the second spot. Down into turn one for the next lap. Man, the 21 is just all over the back bumper of the 18. right, now the 18 is clear, and he will drive off. The 19 to the inside of the 2 car, and right behind them is Riley Herbst. Meanwhile, as they currently run, Allgaier has 2 points on AJ Allmendinger, but they are both really far back in the field as they currently run. All right, battle for second now, the 21 and the 18. Ooh, Austin Hill not even going to run the bottom. He's going to run the middle. Send the 18 to the third lane, and that'll clear. So the 21 now to second. Now it's the 18 and 19 left to battle for third. Meanwhile, Ty Gibbs has found his way back to 10th, Allgaier to 12th, Allmendinger 13th, and Gregson 15th. So definitely not the best strategy for those guys. Like I said, when you need points, you need points. I'm just really surprised that for some reason Noah didn't decide to come with these guys to be at the front. I thought he would have tried to be in the front instead of here in the back. But meanwhile, we got a battle going here. 3 wide with AJ Allmendinger on the bottom, Justin Allgaier up top. They split Blaine Perkins. I think it's Perkins. Yeah, Blaine Perkins. They split Blaine Perkins, and Allgaier was trying to make one pass, ends up almost losing a spot. Meanwhile, right now, those two are battling hard. The Allmendinger-Allgaier battle all day has been terrific, and they are still battling really hard. All right, this battle continues. Meanwhile, the battle for third is shaping up. Jones, Herbst, and Smith. Smith has now fallen all the way to 5th, so after a tough restart, Smith has started to fall towards the back. All right, Allgaier has now made his way past Allmendinger. Allmendinger has gone past Allgaier. See, I can't get these guys straight. Meanwhile, as we look at it right now, it's a tied battle on the points. Completely tied. AJ Allmendinger is now 0. Yeah, it's tied. As they run, it is perfectly tied. That's huge. Allmendinger now 1 point ahead of Allgaier. This is huge. This is a great battle. Larson picked stall 39, giving Elliott stall 1. That is interesting. So the 5 basically just hands the 9 the first pit road stall for tomorrow. I imagine there are some team orders, or at least some team thinking involved in that one. It may not be full orders, but they did not take stall 1, and I'm guessing they're just trying to make sure the 9 advances to be the second Hendrick car in terms of the Owners' Championship. All right, 7 car is now past the 36. That moves him up into 11th, or 12th, I should say. Noah's now looking on the inside. He's going to go after 13th, and he will take that spot. So Gibbs is moving up faster. He's up to 7th. He's definitely the one on the move that I'm seeing right now. Watch Noah win a race next year. I think Noah is going to be good next year in terms of he'll have a few top 10s, and he'll show up at a couple places, but I expect him to run about 22nd in points next year. But I don't know. I think he's been taking it real easy so far this year. So I think Eric Jones will be better. I think it'll be Jones in about 14th in points and Gregson about 22nd in points, just out of basic prediction. But that being said, obviously I'm going to root for him, so I hope he does better. I think they will both have their moments as rookies where they look great and other moments where they don't, for sure. And they're going to make rookie mistakes. So there's going to be different moments. The question is, are they going to make the Xfinity Series mistakes where they do something stupid, wreck guys, and then, get some people mad at them? That's where I'm curious. All right, they're still tied at the cut line, but here comes AJ. He's looking at the bottom of Sam Mayer now. So Allmendinger looking for 9th on Sam Mayer. He will make that pass. So Allmendinger still to the inside of Sam Mayer. He's trying to take the 9th spot as Justin Allgaier and Noah Gragson close from behind. Still tied at the cut line. So as they run, AJ Allmendinger has to have 1 car in between him and Justin Allgaier at the finish. All right, racetracks you can barely pass at. Ross Chastain passes cars anyway. That's because Ross is super aggressive. I think he'll be fine tomorrow, and I think the Cup car will race better. I think people have a I don't think people realize how the Xfinity or the spring race, it'll be better than the spring race. I just don't know if it's going to be our typical Martinsville we're all used to. It's not going to be quite as good as what we usually get. Ooh, AJ's going to split him. He's going to go 3 wide, 1 to the bottom of Hemrick. And now he's to the inside of Sam Mayer again. Meanwhile, Noah Gragson to the inside of Justin Allgaier. He's going after Hemrick now as well. All right, there goes the 9. He's to the inside. And he is going to pass the number 11. Top 5 as they currently run. Berry, Hill, Jones, Herbst, and Gibbs. Very interesting. So as they run, I'm trying to look at the most recent battle. Looks like the 21 is starting to fall back, and the 19 has caught him for the second spot. How well do I see Petty GMS doing next year? I actually see Petty GMS doing rather well. I think I have high expectations for them coming into next year. I think the Dave Ellens combination with Luke Lambert, they're going to have some runs that are going to surprise some people, and I think the balance that they have together as a team, I think they're really going to look a lot more like Trackhouse, where it's 2 teams with 1 goal. I think they're going to really work together well. So I'm really excited for that. I was at the spring race with some friends of mine. Dude, it was so cold. The track wouldn't pick up any rubber or for anything. Yeah, and that's the thing. The rubber should lay down a little bit, which will help. There's a lot of small things that'll help. I still think it's going to be really hard to pass, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as a spring. I mean, in the spring, the leader would lap up to like 23rd and then just get stuck and couldn't pass anyone. Where I think this year, or this fall, we're going to see more movement when it comes to that area of the racetrack. Once he gets up to 23rd, it'll take a while to pass him, but he'll be able to make the move. I think the second lane will come in and stuff like that as well. Expectations for Bowman and Blake Harris next year. Unknown. Completely unknown. If someone came to me next year and said Blake Harris and Alex Bowman won 6 races, I would say I'm not really that surprised. If it said they only won 2 races, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, on the high end, I think they're capable, if things go as good as they, look like they might, I think he could get 6 wins. But, that being said, it's hard to peg 6 wins on someone, considering nobody has 6 wins this year. So, I think he'll run a much better than he did this year, though. I think Blake Harris is a really good crew chief, but it's interesting. I'm not sure where exactly I would peg it at. All right, AJ now looking at the bottom of Sam Mayer. Can't quite get there. Noah's looking on. He's trying to figure out which lane he wants to go to try and make a move. Noah's got to start running the high lane so he can get a better exit launch. He needs to get a shot to get to him. All right. Riley Herbst now getting past. That's for the 5th position. That's for the 4th position. They'll win at least 1 race, I think. But I think they might be better. I think they're going to be a lot better. Do I think Chastain will improve in 2023? I think he'll run more consistent. I think he might get into less tussles. But 2 wins is still a pretty decent season. I think he may end up with 2 to 3 wins. I don't see him being a 6-win guy. As they run, AJ Allmendinger is in by 1 point. All right, so Sam Mayer in 7th, dealing with a tight race car, and I think they said they went the wrong way on their adjustment. And the 2 is going to move the 48 up the track. Oh, yeah, I already said that one. I thought Chastain would improve. 91 laps to go. Still a very long way to go in this race. Pace has fallen off over a second, so plenty of time to go here. Ooh, battle for the 8th position. Noah will go in low, and he will take that spot. So Noah gets past AJ Allmendinger. Shows a yellow on my monitor, but my Hulu hasn't caught up yet. There it is. JJ. Oh, another one. Dang, JJ. I keep saying JJ Yaley's like, gonna run well, but he keeps doing this. And I don't even know if this is his fault. He ends up in that spot a lot. All right, time to decide. Do you have an extra set of tires yet or not? The question is, how many sets of tires are left? Oh, just bad wheel hop. Woof. That thing was all over the place. Let me check here. I don't know if that includes the set that's on the car. 5 sets, including the set that's on the car. So they've changed one set. That's set number 2. They've changed another set. That's set number 3. They have 2 more sets of tires left, I believe. So they can pit now, and I think that's the right call. Pit now, and then pit again in 40 laps if a caution comes out. But I would take my tires here. Because if it does go green the rest of the way, you don't want to be stuck on 40-lap older tires. Which is huge, because you look at the cars up front. I mean, those are all cars that, Jones, if he wins. Austin Hill, if he wins. A lot of guys that have a shot to get into that Final Four. Jerry Jeudy might be traded. I thought he was still like a rookie. Petrus, 11 of 15 for 120 yards. Well, at least he's averaging close to 10 yards a pass. I mean, that's better than nothing. All right, here they come to pit road. Looks like everybody's coming. It is going to be everybody coming to pit road this time. 1 car in. They're going to do 4 tires and fuel on Sam Mayer's car. Looks pretty steady on the first half of the stop here. Big adjustment. Holy cow, they're doing rounds and rounds. So big adjustment to the 1 car. They're going to do a few different ones. Justin Allgaier in. They're looking for... Oh, my goodness. What is happening? Sam Mayer's team making him... Oh, man. 23, 24, 24 and a half second stop for the 1 car. That's going to be a killer. Justin Allgaier, great stop. 13 seconds. Austin Hill has trouble on pit road. He gets stuck behind the 44 car. A lot of track position lost by a lot of key guys up at the front of the field. And as I say that, the race off pit road is Jones, Berry, Gibbs, and Gregson in the top 5. Sammy Smith, Allgaier. Oh, man, this is crazy. What a wild battle off pit road. It stayed fairly calm at the very front of the field, but after that, it was pandemonium. The 1 car with a huge mistake. We have an issue on the 21 car. He loses a bunch of spots. The 16 ends up getting stuck behind a couple guys. And when it's all said and done, you have guys like Noah making up 4 spots on pit road. He's going to be second row when they get started here. And as they come off pit road, it's going to be Jones, Berry, Gibbs, and Gregson in the top 4 positions. Herbst in 5th. Smith, Allgaier, Allmendinger, Hill, and Creed in the top 10. But I believe the 2 car was speeding. So he will go to the back, and Daniel Hemrick will slide up into that 10th spot. Sam Mayer is all the way back in 14th position. So if you're Sam Mayer, caution comes out in 40 laps, and you're not anywhere in the top 5, I think you have to stay out. Because at this point, you're not going to get back to the front. Sam Mayer is just too far back to make up all that track position now. He's going to have to use strategy to get there. All All right, Northwestern at Iowa. Iowa up 20-0 in the second quarter with a passing touchdown? That's not real. Wow, I do not know how they managed that one. Whew. All right, doing the waiver rounds, and we're going to get lined up. We'll be choosing this time by... I need to go get some water. All right, be right back. So the 21 of the small exit or a small issue on exit. They must have had an issue on the other side of the one car there. So the 44 had a bad angle in his pit box, really hurt this 21 on exit, probably cost him a couple of spots. So definitely had some mistakes there. I mean, the guy, it's not like he did it intentionally, so a little anger there on the pit crew, but I can't blame him. He's just trying to, he just made a, he didn't break, like Burton or Letarte just said, he didn't break any rules. It's just obviously trying to help the guy out a little bit behind you. So, 21, he's going to start in the 9th position. Like I said, Creed will go to the back of the field for the speeding penalty. And the must-win guys of Jones and Hill. Hill is back to 9th. So, Jones will lead him back to the green flag in a must-win situation with Josh Berry on the outside. Green flag back in the air. Jones away with the lead. And it'll be Gibbs and Berry for second. No! Berry's going to send it down in there hard into turn 1. And he's going to hang on the outside corner. Berry will get into second. He will clear his way into the second position. All right, Gibbs is going to look to the inside. He's going after Josh Berry. Ooh, that was tight racing off the corner there. Riley Herbst made his way up into the 4th spot. He is currently right on the inside of Noah Gregson. As they run right now, I believe A.J. Allmendinger is in. Oh, sorry, with Jones it doesn't count as in. Big stack up on the bottom lane. Austin Hill is all into the back of A.J. Allmendinger. Austin Hill is using no patience trying to come forward. 21 car is putting... Yeah, 21 car really putting some bumps on the 16. I'd be careful, because like I said, if you wreck AJ, he is not going to take too kindly to it. Meanwhile, the battle out front is Jones and Gibbs out front. They got 0.3 of a second and a half back now to Josh Berry. The battle for the 6th position between Allmendinger, Hill, and Smith has calmed down a little bit. Meanwhile, Allmendinger has 2 points, and those 2 points happen to be the 2 cars in between him and Justin Allgaier. And so 2 points is the gap, but if Ty Gibbs makes the pass on Brandon Jones, Jones would be out. Sammy Smith now looking at the back of the 21 car, trying to get to the inside. He's got a run. No, 21 going to pull the defensive move. And then he's going to try and stuff it in there. Not a lot of room. And then he will get to the inside. So the 18 now alongside the 21. So the 21 now getting passed by the 18. So as that pass is made, oh, the 21 right back into the back of the 18. 18 just made the pass on him. All right, so as they run, I'm telling you, the 21 looks like he's going to send somebody here soon. All right, so now that Gibbs has gotten back in front, it is Allmendinger still with a 2-point gap on Justin Allgaier. Allgaier has to get by the 21 and the 18 if he wants to get into that Final Four window. 71 laps to go, plenty of time for all this to work and shake out. But he is going to have to make those moves as A.J. Allmendinger sits 6th and Justin Allgaier sits in 9th. I'm telling you, the 21, I've been watching, he is overdriving his car, and he is going to hit somebody. He's been hitting people all day, but I think at some point today, if he continues to do that, he's going to send someone up the track. And I mean, like Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott 2017 levels of send him up the track. Oh, now we got some contact. 3 wide as they head down the front stretch. And the 18 will get back to the bottom, but the 21 shoves him up the track again. Here comes the 7 now looking to the inside. 21 is just, he's sending it down the corner so hard and just hitting whoever's in front of him. It's really not been that great a racing out of the 21. I'm not impressed by what I've seen today. He sends it in from 5-6 car lengths back and just hits whoever's in front of him. I don't like that. I understand short track racing from time to time you have a bump, but when you're just constantly overdriving your entry and using the guy in front of you as the brake pedal, I don't think that's really a good, I don't think that really shows good driving etiquette. It seems like just about every time he gets to the back bumper of someone, that's what he's doing. Oh, don't go to commercial. They're going side by side at least. At least I can see something. 18 is putting up a heck of a fight with a 21. I'm telling you guys, 18 has done a great job holding on to that spot. But every time he gets clear, the 21 goes right into his back bumper. Noah has made his way up to the 4th spot, so he got by Riley Herbst. All right. Here comes Allgaier. He's got to run on the 21. He'll go to the low side. And the 7 will roll around the bottom. I think one more corner and he'll be clear. So the 21 is starting to... Yeah, Austin Hill's been hitting everything, man. I'm telling you, it's kind of wild. There we go. So the 7 now goes around the 21. I think that might help a little bit. Because like I said, the 21, 5 car lengths back would send it down in there and just hit the guy in front of him. It's very, I don't know, I don't want to say bush league, but that's not typically what the bump and run is used for. You do it once when you've been sitting there for a few laps, not sail it in from that far back just to hit them. So it looks like Allgaier now making a move, trying to get to the 18, but that is the spot. So if Justin Allgaier gets past the 18, that is the spot he needs if he wants to get that spot on A.J. Allmendinger. So if he gets past him, there he's back within that striking range where he would make it on points. All right, here comes a 7 to the bottom of the 18. He's making the move. Allgaier, by the way, 3 seconds behind A.J. Allmendinger. And Dinger has still got a second to go before he catches Riley Herbst for that next position. 60 to go. And as they run, they are tied with Allgaier having the point or the tiebreaker. It is Busch League. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just you strive for better. It was called Busch Series for a reason. No, it was called Busch Series because it was sponsored by Busch. It was Grand National was actually the... Oh, wow. Somebody's got problems right in front of the couple. That's Noah there, so 4th position. Somebody's got a splitter crunkled up underneath the front. They might need to get him to pit road. Ty Gibbs out front by about 2 seconds. He's got Berry and Jones battling for 2nd behind him. Then another 2 seconds back to Noah in 4th. He's working the lap traffic pretty well right now. Like I said, still 57 laps to go. All right. Allmendinger is considered 4th in points, so he must have gotten by somebody. Or maybe they're using their current running position as a tiebreaker? Yes, they are. So I guess I thought it was the opposite. I guess where they run now, Allmendinger does have the tiebreaker in 4th. Or sorry, not in 4th, but in 6th. That's interesting. Oh, we got a spin! We got a spin between the 68 and another car, so a caution comes out. Now, do you get your tires this time around? All right, looks like we got some cars putting tires on the wall. Now remember, they have about 26 laps on this set of tires with 55 laps to go, and they are looking at their last set of tires. So the question you got to ask yourself is, do you want to put your last set of tires on right now and try to charge up in the next 55 laps, or do you want to save that set in case you have a caution in 20 more laps, and then it's 40 lap tires with 30 to go? Oh, wow, DiSavino messed up getting into the corner and just nailed Chris Wright. Almost took out Noah Gragson, too. They didn't make the same mistake as the Cup. They didn't use the COT wing, and all they did was update a little, and boom, Xfinity car. Yeah, actually, it's even better than that. All they did was they lowered the downforce. This is a Gen 5 car with a new nose like shape, because every nose was shaped too similar. They let a little more shaping to the nose, composite bodies, and they shortened the spoiler and splitter. So that's it. They literally took out the downforce of the Gen 5 COT era, and this is what you get. And it's perfect. Oh, AJ is in. AJ is going to be the first car to come in on tires. That is an interesting decision. He's taking his last set of tires. Wow. So AJ pits from the 6th position to get tires. I believe Allgaier stays on the racetrack. Austin Hill also coming in. So these guys are getting the tires they need to keep going. This is an interesting pit call. It wasn't his fault this time. I can say that, but very interesting pit call there. I'm uncertain about that one. I'm not going to lie. Oh, wow. So the 16 gets tires on this cycle of pit stops, and the 7 stays out. That means the 16, when he catches the 7, it'll be for the transfer spot. If he gets there. If he gets there. That's the key. All right, I'm going to take my pit stop, and we'll be back for the green flag. Okay, we have returned. Oh, I need my headset. Austin Hill is ahead of Brock Lesnar and Danny Trejo as guys I don't want to make angry. All right, 11 points. Allmendinger has to make up 11 points on Justin Allgaier. All right, looks like Jones takes the bottom, Gibbs takes the top. Very interesting as they head off, getting ready to go to the restart here. Allmendinger will start on the outside. He's got to get 11 points. All right, here we go. Coming back to the green flag. Green flag, top lane with a great launch. Gibbs will be clear by turn 1, and he will send it down in there to the bottom lane. And now it'll be a battle for second between Gregson and Jones. All right, so the battle is for second. Oh, we got a wreck, and it looks like that is Ryan Sieg. Ryan Sieg was running. I don't know where he was running. So Allmendinger still 11 points out. I don't think he made up a lot of spots there. Trying to see what happened on that specific start. 46 to go. We'll see if anyone else pits in the middle here. Let's see here. Oh, looks like we just got pushing and shoving between the 44, the 11, and the 39. Just got the tough end of that stick. Nobody gave him the room. I don't think he knew there were 2 cars on the inside. So, unfortunately, I don't know that there's anybody involved on that one. Oh, I forgot, Clyde. I have I have a car. I got to send you a picture of 2011 Coke 600 win. I know. I figured you'd be waiting to see that photo. 44 and the 11 got together on that one. All right, so as we go back under the caution flag, oh wow, I'm telling you, this cut line battle is going to be intense. Brandon Jones falls to third, and now Ty Gibbs has to decide: does he want to start in the same lane as his teammate, or not in the same lane? Does he want to start on the outside or inside? Because now he doesn't have his teammate to help him in. I don't think I'm gonna get that anymore. Unfortunately, got hit with something can't afford. Oh, well, it's gonna go on the website, so you just gotta let me know at some point if that's the one you want. That's where it'll be. So. Alrighty, so as we go back to commercial for another, I guess another quick break. Not sure It's a single car incident, so they should be lining them up. I'm not sure why they're just burning laps. That one to me is a little surprising. Let's see. Sieg is to the garage now. So with that, Ty Gibbs has clinched a Championship 4 spot. So even with a new winner and Ty Gibbs literally parking his car, he's in. So right now you do not have to worry. He is locked into the Championship 4. All right, trying to see where is Austin Hill. Austin Hill is in 16th position, so Austin Hill in a must-win is going to have to charge forward. We'll see what that looks like here over the course of the next little run. $40 to go this time by. Like I said, not sure why they're taking so long to get this stuff. Oh, they are green. I'm still under commercial, if that tells you anything. For crying out loud. Ridiculous. I'm still under commercial, by the way. I think I'm going to miss the green flag. All right. There we go. Now they're coming back to green. All right, here they go. Coming back to the green flag. All right, now we're getting it rolling. All right, so it looks like the battle for second is raging on side by side. Battle for third and fourth as well. AJ Allmendinger starting to... Justin Allgaier losing a spot to Sam Mayer there. So Sam Mayer moving up into the fifth spot. That's a big deal. Oh, the 21 got some contact. Big contact over there. All right, let's not have a bunch of these. Six points is the gap now. Allmendinger made up some spots. Allgaier lost a few spots. Now with 37 to go, I think they've made their bed. You have to stay out the rest of the race now. I mean, at this point, there's not enough time to make it up, even if you went and got brand new tires. So let's see what happens here. Top of the screen. Looks like a little contact from the 51. Got him all sideways. Looks like he is turning... He was trying to pinch him on the corner, and there's just not enough room. And then he runs him way too low on the track. Gregson Jones' battle was going to get nice. Yeah, I mean, that battle for second. I mean, I don't know if anyone's got anything to go after Ty Gibbs today. 21 looks like his day is probably about done. He has every crinkled corner on that car. And frankly, after the way he's raced today, I'm not going to lie, I don't know if I really want him in the Championship 4. Look, there's something about good, hard short track racing, but what I've seen out of 21 today has just been a lot of contact. I mean, you know, running to the back of people, dooring them, putting them in the fence, like just the kind of driving that the Truck Series is normally known for. And, you know, I have not been impressed today with what I've seen. You know, I understand it's that time of year where you gotta go, but there also is a point of, look, he's now on pit road trying to get fixed for a reason. So, come on, another commercial, line them up, let's go. I don't know why. This is what frustrates me about NASCAR. If this was IndyCar, they would already be lined up and getting ready to go green, but they're still just running laps under yellow. I mean, they have no urgency. You run 2 laps and have a caution. You don't need a full pit cycle. It doesn't take a full pit cycle. Everyone just had that opportunity. What they call a quickie yellow. Everybody pits on the same lap, and then they come out and line up. And I'm so sick of this, where they just burn laps. I mean, caution comes out, 10 laps of yellow for nothing. You know, everybody drove back. Everybody drove back, and there's no cleanup. And they'll still burn 10 laps trying to get everything, quote-unquote, lined up. It just drives me nuts. Still a 6-point gap, by the way, as they run. Coming around, they'll be taking the green. Alrighty. All right, here we go. Coming to the green, side by side as they get down into turn 1. Backstretch, side by side battle for the lead. Gibbs and Gregson. Oh, we got a car loose off the corner there. Oh, we got another caution. Oh my goodness. Wow. They're going to have to red flag this. Ugh, see, this is what... Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to put this in the chat. Let's put a poll in the chat. At this point, with this many cautions in a row, when we've had less than 10 laps and we keep getting guys running into each other like they are now, okay, I put a poll in the chat. What I'm asking, if we've had something like we have right now, where cars are literally just ramming into each other and wrecking each other every single lap, should we go to single file restarts in that situation? It's basically just for a situation like right now where we have literally guys running each other over and you can't even get one lap complete and the race just constantly yellow flag, green flag, yellow flag. You know, to get the race going again, do we go back to single file? Like, I know it's kind of a weird concept, like, oh, should they go back to single file? But in the interest of getting a race in, I mean, what the fans are getting ripped off right now. They paid to see racing, and for the last, I'd say, half hour, they've seen 5 laps of green flag racing with a bunch of cautions and a bunch of running around. You know, that's my only thing about it. So, I mean, some of that's on the drivers. Actually, it's all on the drivers there. But, you know, like they say, do you got to protect the drivers from themselves? Because look at that. I mean, it's a pileup, and it's just a mess. So, I don't know. Maybe that's not the answer, but I know it's something that I just want to get the race going. Like, I want to see the race, and I keep having to sit back and go, all right, this is going to be 5 more minutes before it. Imagine, like, they take one snap on say it's the final 2 minutes, 2-minute drive, and so right before the 2-minute drive starts, they take a snap, They get a first down out of bounds, and then they go to a commercial. Then take a snap, get another first down, and then they go to another commercial. It's like the game flow. In this case, it's the race flow. Like, I want to get back in the flow of racing because right now these guys are just wrecking each other. Let's see here. I think single file for short track, mile and a half, or double file for super speedways. Oh, excuse me. To be fair, this would be the best race ever at a track like Bowman Gray. I mean, it depends. Yeah, but then people would complain that single file restarts are gimmicks. I don't know how anyone could call single file restarts a gimmick. I will never. That is the least gimmick. Honestly, I disagree completely. I mean, don't get me wrong. Somebody will say that, but they are 100% wrong. Single file restart means you get to start in the position that you are running. There is no gimmick about that. So, yeah, personally, I fully disagree on that one. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, let's see where the poll is at. Looks like the poll's sitting at 60% yes, which is not, it's a little surprising. I mean, I'll leave it going for a little bit more, but yeah. The reason World of Outlaw goes single file with a certain amount of laps to go. Yeah, 10 to go. World of Outlaw goes single file. They also do single file if they went green and didn't make a lap before another caution came out. So if there's contact on the restart, they'll go single file because they're basically calming the drivers down. They're saying, "Oh, you guys couldn't make it one lap without crashing each other. Calm down." So here's what they do instead. And I'm not gonna lie, it works. I mean, they get the races going again. So like in a situation like this, where they don't make one lap before the caution comes out, where every car has to make it a full lap, and a caution comes out again, I say you go single file. I think that situation can work. I do not like the idea of just constantly ramming everyone side by side into a corner. I think, you can incentivize it, because if you're on the inside and you pile drive 3 cars out of the way and they all spin, you then get to start on the inside again potentially and do it again. Where if you know that, well, if I wreck everybody, then they go single file and I can't make up spots very quickly, maybe they don't do stupid stuff, but you just got to protect the drivers from themselves. Because, like I said, this is now 3 straight cautions, like less than 3 laps, 4 laps into a run. Like, I hate seeing guys go berserk and tear up cars like crazy in the final 20, 30 laps. I just hate that. A lot of these cars were in good working, running order, and now a ton of them are getting tore up, and I just don't like that. Barry pits. Yeah, Josh Berry comes to pit road for tires. He wasn't going to win the race from 6th, and so I like the idea of just pitting and saying, well, let's give myself a shot. I'm going to give myself a shot to go up there, and, with brand new tires, 26 to go, maybe I can get somewhere. I don't like where he's going, but he's safe. He's safe on points, so there's no reason to make that gamble. Keep an eye out, by the way, guys. 3rd and 4th, must win. 3rd and 4th are in a must-win situation. So, keep an eye out. Mayer is up to 4th. I told you, he's the dark horse. And he's coming. They got that car fixed up, and he's fast. So, keep an eye out for Mayer, and keep an eye out for Brandon Jones, because they are coming to the front. John's in on points now. Ty Gibbs is in. Barry's in on points. Gibbs? Johns? Yeah, Gibbs. Gibbs is locked in on points. So they are in on points. It is up to Allmendinger. It's basically everybody's alive except for Hill because he's so far out. But Mayer and Jones are in the top 5. They could win. And then between Allgaier and Allmendinger, they're 3 points apart. All right, so I'm going to close the poll. Looks like 64% of you did say yes. So, kind of interesting. I honestly didn't expect it to be popular. I thought that was going to be a very unpopular opinion to go single file, but it kind of surprises me. I mean, obviously some people like to agree with me because I'm just awesome, but no, I mean, I'm a little surprised. I think that's interesting. Oh, it was only 11 votes. I didn't vote on it, so don't blame me. Yes, Gibbs is in on points. Yellow, green, sorry. Don't worry, you just got them confused. That's normal. Everybody confuses them now that they've wrecked each other 100 times. All right. Row 2. Must wins for both of them. All right, I'm behind. So oh man, can I get this? Can I speed this up? I'm gonna try and see if I can fast forward my coverage. Mine seems behind. Nope, still behind. Nothing I can do about it. All right, coming back to green. Gibbs with a great launch on the bottom side. Mayer had a lot of trouble on that restart. So Gibbs clear and away with the lead. Now it's up to Noah Gragson and Brandon Jones for second. 23 laps to go. Brandon Jones now looking for second. He's going to get it. Brandon Jones clear for second. AJ looking to the inside of Justin Allgaier. He's sending it in there. He's going to send Allgaier up the hill. 26, was he all over the back of the 16 there? All right, the 16 is there. 26 now getting moved up out of the way. Oh, there looks like a crash waiting to happen back there. Allmendinger and Allgaier side by side. Little contact, but it looks like Allmendinger will clear, and Allmendinger is currently in. 20 to go. All right, coming up out of the corner. Oh, my goodness. Little bit of contact. Man, they are racing hard for that spot. AJ going to try and cross him over. Not going to get there. So Allmendinger now goes back behind Allgaier. I said it wrong. I was going to say Allgaier goes back in front. But I mixed up the names again. All right, Allmendinger on the back bumper. Question is, do you save it? Do you go for 20 laps and then bump and run him? Or do you try to get by now? He's going to give him a bump. Looking to the inside. Very strong on corner exit for the 7. 16 going to send it in. And now he's going to have to try and hold that speed on exit. Oh, look at the tight, tough racing here at Martinsville. These guys are putting it all out there. And Allmendinger gets around him. AJ's got a flat. Oh, goodness. Oh, gosh, guys. Oh, thank gosh. That's a caution. I'm sorry, like, he hasn't wrecked himself yet, but he is so slow, you have to go ahead and throw that caution. I mean, that car is literally getting absolutely... I mean, three different times somebody could have absolutely slammed that car. That's got to be a quicker trigger on the yellow there. When he was going down the front stretch, wiggling left and right, oh, man. Let's see. Am I going to criticize him for all the same stuff as Hill? No, because they're racing each other. Those two are racing each other for that spot. Go, go, go. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. You got to stay on lead lap. Oh, he's not going to make it. Allmendinger with a left front flat. That's huge. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. AJ and Allmendinger raced each other that way, though. I have no problem if they're going to bump each other back and forth. I just don't like the idea that a guy passes you so you hit him. And then you hit him again. Then you hit him again. It's like, if you can't pass him, that's one thing. These two were battling each other. I'm not going to criticize the beating and banging for those two, because that's what they're doing. They're racing each other. What I didn't like was when Hill would catch somebody new, he would just run into him. I didn't like that. You know, these two were banging against each other because they're racing each other, where Austin Hill, you know, he's in 5th, catching the guy for 4th, hasn't raced him all day, and he just runs into the back of him right away. Doesn't even, you know, pass, doesn't even try to make a move, just hits him. So yeah. I mean, they're just going hard after it. Like I said, AJ gave him a shot, so I'll give him a shot back. Then, you know, Dinger gives him a shot, and then the tire's flat. So, as I said, I don't mind it if you're bulldozing each other. I don't like it, but at the end of the day, if Allmendinger is going to hit you, you hit him back. He hits you back, you hit him back, and you're just going to trade blows back and forth. I'm good with that. I just don't like knocking everybody else out of the way. I'm going to give him a shot, then I'm going to move past him, then I'm going to go get the next guy and give him a shot. You know, that's the kind of stuff I'm not a huge fan of. You know, let's say that Josh Berry in 12th is wanting to go and win this race. He punts Sheldon Creed. Then he catches Hemrick and he punts him. Then he catches Allgaier and he punts him. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, try to pass the guy. Don't just punt the guy, every guy you catch, you know, punting him out of the way. That's not what we need to see, you know? Oh, it was a left rear flat. Sorry, I said left front. It was a left rear flat. So, yeah, that's my personal opinion on it. But, you know what? This is where polls are fun. Let's do another poll. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want to do close. We're going to go here. Oh, here we go. Start a poll. All right, here's the poll. Was AJ and Justin dirty racing? It just says AJ and Justin dirty racing ? So let's see what everyone thinks. I like to see these. These are good. All right, I'm trying to look and see. Allmendinger lost a lap, so that's huge. Losing that lap is, I think that's the end of it. It's going to come down to Allgaier and those other two. So who's going to win? Alrighty. Coming to 1 to go. Gibbs is going to go low. Oh, Jones is going to go low. Interesting. I am a little confused about that. I think Jones might be planning to just do the bump and run here. Ten to go. Coming to the green, side by side. Great restart for the 9 on the outside. He's going to send it on the inside. Oh, he put him in the fence. '19 is there. He's looking for the lead. '19 to the lead now. Kyle Weatherman has spun in 1 and 2, and another caution. AJ is the free pass. That's huge, guys. AJ Allmendinger is the free pass. He's 24th, so he's way back there, but that's big because if Justin Allgaier has any problems in the final 7 laps, that can cost potentially the points position that he needs. He definitely just went in deep and sent Gibbs up into Gragson. And then coming out of the corner, Gibbs just didn't give him any room. And then the second tap, I don't even blame Brandon Jones. I'm looking at it. It looks like he was not clear, and he just tried to get down, and he wasn't clear. So that I don't blame him on that one. No, he's not good because, remember, Josh Berry won. So Josh Berry would go to that spot now. I don't want the Cup race to be quite like this. I'd like to see racing. I don't really care for all this wrecking each other on restart stuff. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, if you look at the guys that were running well, a lot of them were getting wrecked. All right, so as they currently run, oh yeah, the racing, not the crashing. No, I get you there. When you realize the track was blocked in both Xfinity Martinsville races, yeah, that's not a good look for a sport when it's just like, the whole track's blocked, nobody can even get by. It's a problem. All right. Oh, they're not lining up yet. They're gonna run all the laps out to a green-white checker. Shoot. All right, green-white checker it is, guys. Looks like they're gonna run the laps out here, so. So Ty Gibbs not very happy with his teammate after the bump there. I can't blame him because he definitely ran him up the track there. But I am a little interested to see what he decides to go with here because right now, if you knock the 19 out of the way, he's out of the championship 4, and I'm sure Joe Gibbs wants to have 2 cars in the championship 4. So we'll see. But I'm definitely interested to see here. Coming to the green. I'm going to ignore you, chat. I have to ignore you now. I have to watch it live because otherwise everything else is behind. My stream is so delayed. Coming to the green. Good start for both of the guys on the front row. Sammy Smith to the lead. Now they're 3 wide for the spot. Gibbs going to go 3 wide looking for the lead. Gibbs going to send it in there. The 19 into the 18. And the 18 gets dumped. No, my goodness. And the 18 got straight up dumped by both of his teammates. You'd think that the 18 was the one doing the dumping because he's a rookie, but unfortunately it looks like he just got wrecked. Oh, what a bummer for Sammy Smith. I mean, the 3 wide move, I'm not surprised at the 3 wide move. What I am surprised about was the fact that at this point, it looks like everybody has accepted the way to win this race is to punt the guy in front out of the way. Because they're not taking the outside lane, and then they're punting the guy to the outside lane. So All right, we're under commercial, so we're going to full-blown overtime. Just a note, guys. Guy in 6th position, Josh Berry, has brand new tires, and that could play a role here before this is all said and done. AJ's in 20th, so he's, there, but the only thing that's going to let AJ get in at this point is going to be an issue to the 7. I don't know. I still can't get over how bad this format is. I mean, think about it. On this restart, the 11 could just run the 7 way up the hill, and it could be team orders and still be a problem. 7th miss is not dirty, but he will use the bumper if he gets a good opportunity, which is good with me. Yeah, like I said, I think Sammy Smith did everything right there. He did nothing wrong, and by the time it was all said and done, he just kind of got wrecked. All right, so it looks like, whoa, hold the phone here. NASCAR's putting Brandon Jones back to the lead? Hold on. That's interesting. Let me go back and see here. I need to see this caution one more time, because I don't know how they're scoring that. That to me looks sketchy. They're going to send him all the way to the lead, and they're going to put Herbst back up in there. Let's see when they say the yellow officially happens. All right, so they're going to say the yellow happens. There's no way Brandon Jones is the leader. I'm sorry. That is wrong. That scoring is wrong. At no point from when the start of this yellow happens to when the caution is actually called, there's no way that Brandon Jones is the leader. I'm sorry, NASCAR, you have got to figure this out. There's no way. I'm watching the replay right now, and at no point is Brandon Jones the leader once it starts. They're going to score it. I don't know about this. There's no way. There's nothing I can say about that being the lead here. Because he's also sliding with the caution here. And you're going to say that they didn't get to the midpoint of the corner? This is a gimmick right here, guys. This is NASCAR throwing a Hail Mary gimmick to make this better. No way the 19 should be leading. You're telling me they're showing the scoring loops. They didn't get to scoring loop number 3? They're saying he didn't get to 3 before they threw the caution? Because that's a load of crap. He didn't spin until they were past the 6. This drives me nuts, man. That's a bad scoring monitor. You have got to fix that. So they're going to say that right here is when you're going to score it, even though that's the caution? That's what the loop line. Now you're going to say right here on corner exit, they haven't hit the loop line yet? Like, I'm sorry, no way. No way. That is a horrible scoring option right there. That is horrible. Big bunch of debris on the front stretch there. That scoring is wrong. That scoring is flat out wrong. They're going to line up for green. They still got a truck on the backstretch. No green flag. That's what I was going to say. There's no way they're green yet. I know I'm delayed, but I ain't that delayed. All right. Nope, still not picked up all the crap yet. My gosh, guys. It's taking them way too long. They're really drawing this out. Yeah, I would say check the NASCAR. I'm telling you, this lineup is wrong. I don't know how they went to this as the lineup. That's just wrong. The lineup was as it should have been earlier. It was Gibbs, Gregson, Herbst, Jones, and they're going to say that the caution came out before they even got into the corner. Like, bull. I'm sorry, this lineup is bull crap. And the fact that they had to talk about scoring loops means all the fans agreed it was bull crap. You know, there's no reason the broadcast should have to explain the scoring loops. Like, hey, wait, why is this guy out front? That doesn't make sense. You're right, it doesn't. You know, if the fan doesn't understand and you have to make up excuses to explain to the fans, then you did it wrong. And that's exactly what happened here, because at no way in that lap there should that have happened. Yeah, I mean, Noah's in, so it's not like it really screwed him there, but putting Brandon Jones out front is a big deal for the 7. The 7, they should be looking at NASCAR with really wacky eyes right now, because, I'm sorry, that's unacceptable. You cannot screw up the lineup that badly. You can't. You just can't do that. I know, AJ. AJ Allmendinger about to be eliminated by straight BS. Keep an eye on the guy in 6. Josh Berry has fresh tires. All right, here we go. Coming to the green. I have to ignore you, chat, because you're ahead of me. Here we go. They are green. Bottom lane with a good launch. Oh, Josh Berry just got dumped. And another caution. They're going to put Jones in front again? Holy cow. This is... I'm sorry. This is starting to look really ugly to me, personally. Looks like contact into the 7, maybe? Oh, just... Yeah, the 7 gets launched up the track into the 8. And the 7's involved in this yellow. I think you... I don't know how you cannot... God, I don't know, NASCAR. I don't know, man. Because they're going to give Justin his spot back, even though he was literally making contact with a spinning race car. That, to me, constitutes as in the wreck. I don't know, guys. I don't know. All right. Toe link for the 7th? I don't think they have toe links. Well, guys, this race, I'm sorry to say, has hit full-blown clown show. The scoring, they don't know what they're doing. They're clearly trying to manipulate it so that it works in the favor of the show. And that being said, you've got all sorts of big issues now. I mean, I'm sorry, AJ Allmendinger was in that wreck. As much as he hit the car that spun and then got stuck behind the car that spun and they gave him all his spots back. I'm sorry, you can't do that. He needs to be behind and where he sorted out. Because that's where he needs to be. That's wrong. You're not... The NASCAR is not scoring this race correctly. And I'm sorry, there's going to be a ton of questions when this is all over. Because you can't send him past a bunch of cars that just got by him in a wreck. He was in that wreck. So the 7, he doesn't belong there. So, like I said, I have a problem with this. The 7 should not be there. Are they? I don't know what they're doing, man. So this time they're going to say Gibbs is the leader somehow. Still not 100% confident as to why. I guess they're going to leave the 7 where he's at. I have a huge problem with this, guys. This is turned into a very manipulated race, and I am not thrilled about it. Not happy at all. He was up by a nose. Like I said, I don't care about the Gibbs-Jones situation right now. My problem is with the scoring of Justin Allgaier. He was the cause of that wreck. He wasn't just in it. I know the 8 was the car that went around, but he was the cause. He hit the 8, spun him around. He got stuck behind him because he'd spun right across his front. And they are going to leave him in that, or not leave him in that spot. They're going to give him all his spots back. I'm sorry. This race is this is not good. This is not good. This is not a good look. Alrighty. Mayer literally shoved Allgaier into Barry. No, I'm not saying that, but my point is the 7 car was involved in the wreck. That's more my point. So, like I said, I'm not saying that the issue is related to that. What I'm saying is that, in my opinion, the 7 was involved in that accident. So that's what I'm trying to say. All right, the Noah's going to go to the outside here. I am going to not look at the chat or the scorer because the scorer is going to leak things and I need to be able to watch this myself. Meanwhile, Justin Allgaier up to 6th on the outside. Like I said, problems with that. I have to ignore the chat because you guys are ahead of me. I need to get a way to watch the races and not be behind. That's a problem. Great restart. Coming to the white flag, it's going to be Jones. Oh, he's going to dump his teammate and ruin his race. Oh my goodness, what a spoiled little brat. Wow. Wow. I mean, that's not even racing anymore, guys. Wow. Oh, this is garbage, man. This is awful. I mean, he just wrecked his teammate out of the championship 4. Dumped him. Completely ruined his car. No chance to make the corner. That is garbage racing. I'm sorry. That's garbage. That's terrible racing. That is so stupid. That is such an ugly look. Spoiled little brat just wrecked his teammate. Junked him out of the championship 4. I mean, didn't even try to pass him. This is Ty Gibbs, ladies and gentlemen. I have a huge problem with it. He literally lines up the bumper and just misses the brake pedal. Doesn't even give him a shot to make that corner. Wow. I mean, he destroyed the race car. He totaled the race car. Didn't even try to race him. Holy cow. Just squared him up and didn't even lift. I mean, this is... Wow, man. This is why I can't get behind this kind of crap. What a trashy way to win the race. I would not even be mad if Brandon Jones dumps Ty Gibbs next week and ruins his championship. I wouldn't even be mad. I would be completely okay with it because what Joe Gibbs is allowing his grandson to do to his teammates by just ramming into him and knocking him out of the way without even any sort of, regret, I'm sorry, that's a problem for me. That's bad, man. Holy cow. I mean, just didn't even try to race. And here's the thing. If this was NASCAR in 2003, he would have been black flagged for that. They would have sent him to the back. They've done it before. They do not like the idea of just dumping the winner or the leader because you're the guy in second. I hope he gets a lot of boos for that. That was ugly. Wow. I think we found our new Kyle Busch villain. We found our new villain. Oh, yeah, just didn't even lift. I mean, wow. Poor Brandon, man. And there's nobody that's going to say anything. His car owner is fully on board. For Brandon Jones, this has to hurt, man. The entire 19 team, this has to hurt. Because you know darn well the guy that owns this car doesn't give two rips about you. Like, how can you race for Joe Gibbs when he's going to play such blatant favorites like this? I understand that's his grandson, but to allow him to literally trash his teammates, I don't know, man. I like Jeff Gluck's tweet. Jeff Gluck said, can you even really like that? Like, NASCAR is just allowing people to blatantly wreck the leader on the last lap, and that's considered a good race in their eyes. Like, NASCAR has dug themselves this hole with this format. I want to make very clear. NASCAR put the drivers in this situation, and now they have to answer for it, because that's ugly. I mean, that is an ugly, ugly race. Yeah, at least Chastain hasn't blatantly, not just dumped, he wrecked him. I mean, he didn't give him a shot to finish that race. I mean, holy cow. Didn't even try to go one more corner and maybe pass him or put him up the track a little bit. He just didn't even lift. As I said, if Brandon Jones dumps him next week, I am all on board with it. I would be laughing my tail off all the way to the bank. I'm telling you, I would laugh so hard. Brandon Jones takes out Ty Gibbs in the championship race next week. I'm sorry. At this point, Ty Gibbs just cost Brandon Jones a chance to race for a championship. So the only fair option is to do the same. Do the same back to him. Because that's exactly what just happened. Clint Boyer, class used to mean something. 100%. There's no etiquette in racing anymore. People just ramming into each other nonstop. It's such an ugly look for the sport. And I can't even tell you where to start on that missed scoring with AJ Allmendinger, because that would have been a lot closer with AJ Allmendinger, and I do feel there should be some protests filed, whatever they can do for NASCAR, because I have issues with the way they scored this race top to bottom. Brandon Jones should have even been leader on that last start anyway, so Yeah. Wow. All right, guys. Well, hopefully tomorrow's race doesn't get that ugly. I don't mind a good solid race, but I'm telling you, the way that race just finished is just an ugly look. I mean, it's just bad, man, to see that kind of a yeah, to just full blown knocking guy, just wrecked him. I mean, didn't even, it's not moved him. He didn't rattle his cage. He full blown dumped him. Like, no chance to finish. And that to me, I just, man, that's ugly, man. I just can't, I cannot get over what this looks like now. I would love to see Eric Jones on this one. I have to see it. Where's Eric Jones? All right, Eric Jones. I hope this race isn't taken as an example by anyone of what racing's supposed to look like. 100%. That's not how racing is supposed to be done, guys. If you think that's good racing, then please find another sport to watch, because that's not good racing, man. That ain't racing. Just ramming the guy out of the way and wrecking him is not racing. And, I mean, what else can you say? If you're trying to look to the higher ups, the people who race at the national level, how to race, that ain't racing. Don't race like that. Don't ever race like that. That is not who you want to be. Because guess what? If you're in the other guy's shoes, you want someone to race you respectfully from behind. Race people the way you want to be raced. And I don't think Ty Gibbs wants to be raced that way, because last time he did, he decided to tear his car up after the race. So, like I said, that's an ugly, ugly look right there. All right, guys. Well, that will pretty much do it for the stream here. We'll be live again tomorrow, and again 2 more times for the year next week with the Xfinity and Cup race. I don't do truck races. Trucks are meh, and I really don't care about them, frankly. So, but yes, we'll be live for the Xfinity and truck races next week. So be sure to tune in for those, and we might do a little live stream later tonight. Just make sure you stay tuned to the channel, so that way we can see it there. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream, and we will see you tomorrow for the Xfinity 500.